Okay. It looks like we're gonna be reacting to a video. So this is, you know, if Mr. Nightmare posts his videos like this on a Sunday, or like, you know, yeah, on a Sunday, then we're gonna make it like a spooky, scary Sunday where we can react to, like, you know, a horror story or react to any type of horror animation or whatever. But it was like 1 o'clock, 1:30 in the morning, and I saw this, and I was like, should I react to this? And I was like, nah, it's too late. People are sleeping. I'm not gonna wake them up, so I'll go react to it tomorrow morning for y'all. So what is going on? My name is Reballer, back with a reaction video for today. For today, guys, we're gonna be reacting to 10 Terrifying True Scary Stories, Volume 7. Bro, all I'm gonna say is that everyone is gonna be clocking up in this video. Vents will be unlocked, windows will be unlocked, doors will be unlocked. Alright, let's get let's get right into this video, y'all, bro. I'm just not in the mood for this, but I'm doing this for y'all, so let's get right into the video. Also, thank you so much for 50K. Love y'all. Almost at 51. Let's hit that real quick and let's get it. Oh, this is scary as heck. Frick. Okay. Okay. Man, screw this. Story 1, screw you. Screw story 1. Screw story.
When I was 15, I had my first girlfriend. We lived in an upper-class area, very quiet and peaceful streets.
Okay.
My girlfriend Casey also lived 2 blocks away, so I could walk to her house almost nightly. One Thursday night during break, when I had nothing to do, I started my walk over to Casey's house. It was on the later side of the night, but I didn't really have a curfew, so it didn't matter.
What?
But pretty soon, I thought I could start hearing noises from around me.
Wait, hold up. We need to go back. What time was it when you even left the house?
Almost nightly. One Thursday night during break, when I had nothing to do, I started my walk over to Casey's house. It was on the later side of the night, but I didn't really have a curfew, so it didn't matter.
You see? It's the power of love that can get you killed out here. Literally. You think you see in the movies, it's not. Literally, it happens in real life. The power of love can get your ass cooked up. Messed up. Literally.
But pretty soon, I thought I could start hearing noises from around me. And when I say around me, I mean mostly behind me.
Oh!
The first time I heard it was the sound of a bush being shaken a bit.
Oh!
I only turned my head
And
to
it
look
ain't
for
no
a second
animal.
without stopping. I just started to walk a little faster is all.
Good, good.
When I got to the next block, I heard another noise. A twig or a small stick cracking.
That's where you should run! What the frick are you doing? Why the frick are you still walking? Why the frick are you still speed walking? As soon as I heard that, I would be bolting my ass to her house. Staying there the night, if you know what I mean.
I stopped this time and turned around. All I saw was the empty street and the bushes that lined up along each property to separate the sidewalks from people's properties.
Damn.
Basically next to the street was a wall of bushes, and I didn't see anyone or anything that could be making these weird sounds. I picked up the pace even more, and I was reaching the home stretch to Casey's house. Of course, there was another sound again, this time more like footsteps.
Oh my
Quick, light
god.
footsteps.
Oh my
I
lord.
turned again without stopping. No one, nothing.
You clocked up.
I could see Casey's house now.
Finally,
I
run.
called, and she picked up right away. I told her how freaked out I was getting because I kept hearing noises. I walked around the bushes surrounding her driveway and stepped onto her property.
Damn, that's a
I
pretty nice
noticed her
house.
staring out her bedroom window upstairs. She waved at me as she left on the phone, and I waved back.
Okay, get me
Then she
inside.
asked me, "Who's that guy right behind you?"
Oh!
I turned right around
Oh!
and saw a fully grown man crouch walking maybe 10 feet in back of me.
Lord have
I
mercy.
screamed and ran for the door and started pounding on it. The man grabbed me and tried to put me in some kind of headlock. But
What?
he let go and ran away pretty quickly.
Idiot.
Casey's mom opened the door with a look of dismay on her face. She let me in and slammed the door shut as Casey came running over.
Damn.
I was out of breath and felt like my heart was beating 1,000 beats a minute. Casey's mom hugged me, asked a few questions, then called the police to warn of a dangerous man going around town.
Holy frick.
Casey's mom let me stay over that night for obvious reasons.
Obvious.
She drove me home the next day.
Obvious reasons. You've been exposed. Not only you've been exposed by the man that was trying to chase your ass down because of his disgusting pedo ass. You've been exposed by the mother because you're not even supposed to be at the house that late. That's what happens. For all my young ones out there that are trying to get that cooch, stop it. Stay your ass inside. You have until tomorrow. Meet them in the afternoon when it's night, when it's bright outside. Frick going at nighttime. It ain't romantic. It's dangerous. Frick out of here. You got me all the way clocked up.
It was
I think
a
it's a
dangerously
joke, like
stormy
it's
night.
not. It really isn't.
Everyone in my family was doing their own thing.
Okay.
I was in my room watching TV. My parents were in the living room watching some comedy show. And
Okay.
my sister was playing video games upstairs.
Damn, you have a TV in your room? Lucky ass. Lucky ass.
I usually enjoyed stormy nights like this because it made me feel relaxed.
Okay.
I was relaxed until there was a monstrous bang on my window. I jumped
What?
up and looked outside. There was someone outside my window, but the large amount of rain
Yo,
pouring down the
get
window
the
kind of
police!
blurred
Get
his
the
face.
police!
He started pounding at my window. It sounded like he was screaming for help.
What?
I opened the window just a crack. And
No.
He screamed in, "Let me in, I'm hurt." The rain was so loud, I had to scream at him to come around front. Then I shut my window.
Yeah.
I ran outside to the living room to tell my dad that some man who seems to be in distress is screaming for help outside.
Oh, call the police.
And then came the knocks and shouts for help outside our front door. My dad was about to open the front door, but I stopped him. I said wait, because I wasn't sure if it was a good idea. Then the phone rang, and on the TV, it displayed the caller ID of our next door neighbor. My dad ran to pick it up.
Oh!
When I
He was
heard him
trying to-
say no fucking way, I knew something was wrong. He hung up the phone and said stay away from the door. He didn't explain why. He just went to the window to peek at the front stoop.
They were trying to probably rob
There
the...
is where he said he saw a guy crouched down, pounding on the door, holding some kind of large, sharp tool.
Oh!
My dad yelled through the front door at the man to go away before the cops get here.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
And he actually
Finally!
got on the phone with the cops. Eventually the man outside gave up, and he disappeared the next time we checked.
Good.
When my dad was on the phone with a neighbor, he told my dad that he saw some homeless-looking guy rummaging through his shed and came out with a large chopping axe.
How? What the frick? Why is the shed unlocked? Why is the shed unlocked? Are you freaking serious? And then he came with a freaking axe type of weapon. Y'all clucked up.
The cops found the crazed man wandering around the streets, and it made it in the newspaper a few days later.
Wow. You dumbass. And why would you even open the door? Why would you even open your window? Even a slight bit. Why would you do that? You dumbass. Yo, I'm getting tired of these people. I'm getting tired of these humans. Thank goodness
One
I
night, when I was
am
a really
not
young
a
kid,
human.
I
I'm
was
just
in the living
saying.
room watching my favorite cartoon. I had the TV pretty loud, but I thought I could hear my mom calling my name from downstairs. I called
Okay.
back, "What?" She didn't answer, so I guess she couldn't hear me.
Ooh, we all got those ones when your mom calls you, but you're like, "What?" and they do not respond back. So you can do two things in this situation. You can either go down with caution, or you just keep on watching your YouTube videos or watching me like nothing happened. Which one will you choose?
I heard her call me
I'm
again,
just saying.
so I went down to the basement. The lights were off, so halfway down I called for my mom.
Why the frick?
She didn't answer. I didn't know where she could be calling me from. But one thing was
Lord.
for certain, though. She wasn't in the basement. I started going back up the stairs, but before I even got to the top stair, I heard my mom's voice again from down in the basement calling my name.
What? Who the frick is this? He knows the person knows your name. How the frick do they know your damn name? How is that possible? And the lights are off in the basement? That's when I shut the door to the basement and call the frickin' police. Simple, straight.
I looked down into the pitch blackness. I ran back up to the top step, turned on the lights, and walked halfway back down, peeking into
No,
the basement.
no.
I didn't see my mom anywhere down there.
You clocked up.
Suddenly, I got a huge rush of horror.
Oh,
I ran up the stairs basically crying for my mom.
What?
She came rushing down the stairs from upstairs, and I cried to her that something was calling me from downstairs that sounded just like her.
Lord have mercy, it's a
She swore to me
ghost!
that she hadn't been calling me.
It's a ghost!
She went down to the basement to check and make me feel better, but I didn't feel better. I'm sure she didn't believe me. Why would she? I was a little kid.
Oh,
But I
you were a
still
little
know
kid.
that I heard what I heard.
Oh, that's messed up. Excuse me? Yes, landlord? I'm moving out of this freaking godforsaken house. Got me clocked up. What type of music is this in the background? Oh my lord.
My grandpa recently told me a story. It was about a night he took his dog for a walk. He used to have a small Boston Terrier named Sherry, who he named after an old friend of his.
I'm just checking my surroundings. I'm
My
like...
grandpa lives like 2 hours from us on a farm, and there's not much that goes on there. He lives with his wife Marianne, who he married like 15 years back. Every day, Marianne would take Sherry for a walk in the morning, and my grandpa would take her for a walk in the evening.
Wow. Cute.
On a regular walk during sunset, my grandpa was walking Sherry down the usual dirt path that ran along the woods next to their property. My grandpa passed by another person on the trail who Sherry instinctively barked and pulled towards like most dogs do when they see strangers.
Okay.
My grandpa said hello to the stranger, who had a large hood up, but the stranger just walked past without even batting an eye. So he and the dog kept...
That's when you're walking past the person, that's when you should be cautious that he does not follow you back home. First of all, I wouldn't even talk. Why would you even say hello? Like, I know they're grandparents, you know, grandparents, they like to be hella nice. They like to be hella nice to strangers. You know what I'm saying? And that's not a bad thing to an extent. I understand. I truly do understand. But I'm trying to tell you this. If someone's walking past you and they're wearing a full-on hood and everything, why the frick would you say hello? Huh? Tell me that.
walking. Sherry kept looking back every so often and barking, however. My grandpa would tell him to shush and yank at the leash to keep him walking.
Yeah, shut up.
Eventually, my grandpa would turn around to look at what Sherry could be barking at.
Oh, it's a dog.
The stranger who passed him by a few minutes earlier was stalking him from behind a tree in
Oh,
the distance.
The dog is
My
the
grandpa
the
decided
dog
to
is
keep up
warning your
as
ass
fast
too.
as possible.
I'm crying.
At his
Oh my
old
gosh.
age, he always carries pepper spray in his big coat pocket just in
I'm
case.
crying. I'm crying.
He was getting closer to the house when suddenly he heard clicks from the leaves on the ground inches behind him. But before he could turn, he felt the warmth of a glove cover his mouth and nose, preventing him from screaming or breathing.
Oh,
My grandpa says he could hear Sherry barking and biting at the stranger.
let's
This might
go.
have helped in loosening the man's grip a little. My grandpa says he struggled to grab the pepper spray out from his pocket.
What?
When he did, he sprayed it at least 10 times and continued spraying it even after
Yeah,
the man who
yeah,
was holding it let go
spray
and
his
started
dumb ass.
screaming.
Spray his dumb ass.
My grandpa came as close as he could to a run to escape back to his house.
Let's go.
He was perfectly okay.
Good. He's lucky. He's lucky. Oh, he is lucky. Oh, he's lucky. Oh, he is lucky. Bro, I'm crying. Like, look, like my eyes are watering. Like, my eyes are literally watering. My eyes are watering. It's not because I'm crying. It's because I'm freaked out. That's what happens when I'm free. My eyes are literally watering like crazy.
I grew up in California for the first 14 years of my life. Our neighborhood wasn't the best, namely because it was an area that the Crips were known to reside in.
Crips?
If you don't know, the
Pull
Crips
up on
are
your block and I bleed it. Slide.
members of one of the biggest Los Angeles street gangs. My best friend, who I always called Stevie D, lived 2 doors down. We had other friends, of course, but we would often hang out just he and I. We'd usually ride our bikes together around town or play video games, just basic kid stuff.
Okay.
When we were 12, we were biking around the neighborhood one night and decided to visit a well-known abandoned house.
Well
It
known.
had been uninhabited for many years because
Well
no one would
known,
buy it for whatever
ladies and
reason.
gentlemen.
When we pulled up on our bikes to the front of the house, Stevie pointed to the window and said, "Look." I pushed my bike a little closer to the window and focused my vision on it. I could see someone peeking out the window. I couldn't tell if they were looking at us or not, but it was definitely a person's face sitting between the curtains.
Ugh.
It was extremely strange considering the place had been unknown for years.
They just walk away and
Scared
act
for
like
longer
nothing
than they should have,
happened.
perhaps. And there was
Frick.
something else that was strange.
What?
The person didn't move their face at all.
Oh. Oh my lord! Oh my lord! Oh my gosh! Oh, and what are you gonna do? Go inside? Let's see what happens. Let's see if you're gonna clock up in the next 30 seconds of this video.
We inched a little closer, onto the empty driveway actually. Upon getting closer, it appeared to be a Halloween decoration or something, like a fake head. This meant someone had snuck into the house to put it there. Stevie D and I, being the mischievous kids we used to be, hatched an idea to sneak in through the back somehow and check out the place.
Why?
We hid our bikes on the side
What's
of the
wrong
house
with you
behind
freaking
an
kids?
bush, then snuck into
Jeez.
the yard.
You really have not been taught nothing at
The door was
home.
already unlocked. But when we came to think of it, it wasn't that surprising considering it seemed someone had already broken in to put that fake head there. We stepped into the house, but we didn't want to turn the lights on and expose the fact that we were in the house. It was dark in there, but not pitch black, so we could make our way through the house. We got to the living room first because we wanted to check out that fake head thing at the window. It smelled really bad in that room though. I picked up the head from the windowsill and immediately dropped it and screamed. I dropped it not because it was surprisingly heavy,
What?
but because it also felt like real skin. I saw a dark liquid pouring out from the bottom of the head that was now on the floor.
You got me.
Blood. It was a real human head. There were 2 cracks in the ceiling above us. Stevie and I looked at each other with our mouths hanging open. We ran for the back door and got back on our bikes to get the hell out
Oh
of
my lord!
there. Anyone in our immediate area learned pretty soon that the head belonged to a victim of the Crips, who apparently placed the head there as some kind of message. I don't think anyone knew the full story, but there was a good chance whoever placed that head there was still in the house, because Stevie and I both heard cracks in the ceiling above us, as if someone was coming downstairs.
Oh, wow. These freaking dumbass Crips and... Oh my gosh. Y'all gangsters need help for real, bro.
Last year,
y'all are
a guy
messed
came to my
up.
house's door around 9 p.m. He knocked on the door, so I got my mom, and she went out to see who it was.
Okay.
By the way, we live in a rural area, so visits that late are extremely uncommon and strange.
Really?
The guy talked to my mom
What the
about
frick
how
was
he
that in my
opened a
ear?
business, asked whether she liked American-made products, then handed her a Clorox container as a sample. He went back to his minivan and opened it to get a quote-unquote vacuum cleaner, and my mom saw 5 other men sitting inside.
What?
She told me to run and get my phone since we don't have a landline. I couldn't find it, so I got my knife and stood around the corner.
Yeah.
She threw the container outside and told them to get the hell off her property.
Let's
as
go.
well as that she was calling the cops.
Let's go.
They peeled out of the driveway, and we never saw the car again.
Good. Is that it? Oh, that was not that bad. That wasn't that bad. You still clogged up by opening the door in the freaking first place, but it's not that
I've always been
bad.
an extreme sports person ever since I was little. Mountain climbing, parasailing, scuba diving, though I've always been an avid skier.
Let's
I go
go.
upstate skiing
I'm a
at least 10
snowboarder.
times a season, sometimes with friends, sometimes alone. My friend, who I'll call Q, agreed to come upstate and go camping.
You hear that, Q? I know you heard that. His name is Q. Let's see if you freaking cluck up as well.
With me so we could do some backcountry skiing, which is basically skiing in the backcountry on unmarked or unpatrolled areas outside of a ski resort's boundaries. It was a 3-hour drive, then a decent amount of off-roading to get to where the hills were. I parked my truck at the bottom of a decent-looking area full of hills, but I also stopped there because I couldn't really drive out much further given that there were too many trees.
Okay.
Q and I then proceeded to unload the back of my truck of all our stuff, including ski gear and camping equipment. Then we hiked about a quarter mile, which was an incredible amount of work with all the stuff we were carrying. We found a perfect place to set up camp, right near the bottom of an uphill, and in a bit of a clearing between the trees.
Okay.
Setting up the tent and unloading our sleeping bags and equipment and such was first priority. When all of that was done, we started our hike up the hill to scout the area.
Okay.
We did a decent amount of hiking, but we also got a lot of skiing in. At one point, Q and I lost each other while skiing down a bigger hill.
How?
I
How do you lose each other if you're going down the same damn hill?
assumed I'd meet him at the bottom, or just find him eventually. I checked the walkie-talkie
Q
just
was
to see if
clocked
he'd
up.
answer, but he didn't, which meant he was probably still going downhill. At some point while I was walking with my skis at the bottom of the hill, I ran into someone, another skier. He sounded very friendly under a ski mask, asking
Oh,
me where
really?
the best hills are and if we were camping and such. He had his skis strapped to his orange backpack. I pointed to the hill I just skied down and also pointed in the direction we set up camp. He said he and his wife were trying to find a good place to set up camp near other people and asked if I could lead him to my campsite.
Oh!
As much as I really didn't want to trek all the way back there, I felt I had to be a good Samaritan and help this man and his wife.
Okay. Okay, so, to be honest with you, I would, like, if I was in that situation, to be honest with you, I guess what they did was not, like, obviously was bad, like, because that's the same person that's gonna cluck you up, but if you were really thinking about it, if you saw another skier, oh, my wife, blah, 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 you would probably do the same thing. But for me, and for you guys, I hope you guys don't trust people and say, oh, yeah, my camp is over there, even though it's all the way down over there.
Pulled out my
I'm just saying.
And said into the speaker to Q that I was going back to the campsite for a bit.
Frick.
I started to lead the man who was behind me, when suddenly I started getting some static from another end on the walkie. It seemed someone, probably Q, was trying to talk to me, but the connection was shit.
Damn.
Nothing I could do about that except for come back to this hill afterwards. It took a decent amount of hiking and small talk with the man before we reached the campsite.
Oh, wow.
I turned around to him and smiled under my ski mask, which I realized instantly was pointless.
Huh.
He sounded very thankful for he and his wife. Then I finally asked him, "Where is your wife?" He didn't answer. He started
Oh!
to walk closer to me.
You better
First, I thought
run!
nothing of it.
You
For
better...
some reason, something about his skis and backpack just struck me. They belonged to Q.
And you didn't realize that from the beginning? That was... Oh! Oh! Q got messed up. Yeah, Q is probably either dead or he just got clocked up.
For a split second, I thought, is this Q? Is he pranking me?
That would be
It
hilarious.
wasn't possible. The
That would be
voice was too
hilarious
different
if you
from
did.
Q.
That means your stupid ass really...
The man was a few mere feet away from me at this point.
Yeah.
He was picking up the pace to a more intimidating approach. I panicked and jumped into the tent to dig for my flare gun in my bag. The man grabbed my leg, which was sticking out from the tent.
Oh.
And I felt a sharp, intense tingle in my leg, like a severe electric shock, followed by a burning heat feeling. I screamed in pain as I just managed to pull out the flare gun, push aside the door to the vent, and aim it at the man. He immediately backed up with his hands in the air, and that's when I noticed the knife dug deep into my leg.
I knew it.
I ordered the man to tell me where my friend was. He answered quickly, saying near the bottom of the hill he found me at. I told the man to stand still while I called 911 to request an immediate rescue. But the man took off quite easily while I was on the phone.
Damn.
There wasn't much I could do with one single flare gun shot.
Freaking idiot.
I
Should've
felt like
shot
I
his
was
ass.
waiting there in the cold with my bleeding leg forever, until finally the reassuring sound of a rescue helicopter swooped overhead, and I shot
Damn.
my flare gun. I cannot believe I was actually picked up by a helicopter, in which I helped locate my friend laying in the snow in the middle of the hill. He was unconscious, and he had also been stabbed twice in the leg, then run.
Damn!
He tried talking to me through the walkie-talkie while he was losing consciousness. but
Lord
the
have
connection
mercy.
was bad. We both went to the hospital, but we're fine today.
Well, you got stabbed in the leg. It wasn't really that much, I would say, but like, damn, he really took two of y'all on. Oh, this fool gotta be some freaking secret agent. I'm just saying. Story 8. Thank goodness, we're
I
almost
lived in
done.
a small
Frick.
college town, and my
Getting
apartment
tired of
complex
this.
was walking distance from the
Getting tired
bar
of these
slash
humans
downtown
clocking
area.
up.
One weekday night, I stepped out on our front porch to smoke a cigarette or two. I was up late studying. I brought my textbook with me and laid down on the stairs while I smoked.
Okay.
A girl who I had never met before, but who lived one apartment over on the ground floor, came home from downtown.
Okay.
She was by herself, and you could tell from her walk she had been drinking. She got in her apartment and barely got the door closed before some guy, who came out of nowhere, knocked on her door. She opened, and I noticed he introduced himself, which was weird because it was like 2:30 in the morning. Who comes to a random girl's apartment at that time?
Oh, no.
So I decided to stay outside and pay attention.
Oh, no.
They ended up talking for over 10 minutes. She later acknowledged how weird the situation was, but did not know how to end the conversation. He would do the creepiest things, like he reached up and stroked her hair at least 3 times, and he would try to slowly inch his way closer to her in the door.
Ew!
I made a point of being loud with my textbook so he would know I was there, and he disappeared as eerily as he came. We called the cops, and days later they had the girl and I sit with a sketch artist. As soon as the sketch was made public, floods of calls came in. The guy turned out to be a serial rapist who followed lone girls home from bars and pretended to be a cab offering them a ride.
Oh, wow.
This girl just got lucky because she lived so close to the bars, he didn't get a chance to pull the cab routine.
You're lucky. You are freaking lucky. This is why I don't get drunk, ladies and gentlemen. This is why I don't get drunk. You ladies out there, please, please, ladies out there, please. I know you're hot. I know you're sexy. I know you're beautiful. I know that you're intelligent. But please use your common sense for once in your life. No, but seriously though, come on. If you're drunk, why the frick? Like, come on, man. Why do you?
Just once in my life. And the one time I used it, I got a very sour taste in my mouth.
Like, come on.
Here's why. The guy posted an ad for a ping pong table that I wanted to buy for my roommate and I.
Ping pong table,
We
50
set up
bucks.
a time for me to come pick it up that
What?
night. I had to remove the back seats from my truck so that I'd be able to fit the thing.
Yeah.
I pulled up in front of the dude's house and texted him saying I'm here. I saw the door open, so I got out from my truck and did a quick speed walk to his front door to greet him. I went for the handshake, but I don't think he saw my arm, so after a few awkward seconds I put my hand back down.
What?
He said in his deep smoker's voice to follow him to the basement.
Why?
The whole house had a certain distinct smell to it.
Why couldn't you
Not
just
exactly
bring it up
bad,
here
but
so
the
I
same
can
smell.
take it, you
Just a
freaking
cottony,
dumbass?
smoky kind of smell. We got to the basement, and there was the ping pong table, right smack in the middle of the room.
Okay, so there is.
Suddenly he said, "Oh shoot, I gotta find the paddles." So he ran back up the stairs and told me to wait right there.
At this moment, he knew he clucked up.
I waited for a while down there, assuming he misplaced the paddles and was having a hard time finding them. I started to snoop around his basement a little bit, looking at his pictures and such. It was weird. He had framed pictures sitting on furniture, but they were all pictures of just him, no family members. There was one where he was at least with a dog, but that was pretty much it.
What?
I'd say 10 minutes went by and I was still stuck waiting down there, so I started to get even more snoopy.
Yeah.
There was a back laundry/storage room in his basement that I started to observe for some reason.
Get that weapon over there.
There
Get
was
that
a drawer
freaking
to his
stick.
utility desk that was hanging half open. I pulled it fully open, and it revealed
Damn, there's no
old
weapon in
Polaroid
here.
pictures.
You clocked
But
up.
these pictures were horrific and disturbing. They were all pictures taken of some girl who was tied to a chair and her mouth covered with tape. There were also yellow.
What the frick is this Life is Strange? Is this that game Life is Strange with that freaking weird ass teacher? Taking pictures of freaking students in a freaking bait.
Folders stacked in a row next to the photos. They were labeled A to Z.
Who?
I
Just
didn't have
who
it
be
in me
naming
to
them?
open the folders and see what were inside.
Oh my
I took out my
lord.
phone to take pictures of the contents of the drawer and planned to send it to my friends immediately, but I didn't have any service down there. It was definitely time to go. I ran back to the
clubbed?
door at the top of the stairs, but my nightmare only became worse finding out the door was locked.
Oh!
As soon as I tried the doorknob, though, I heard the deep, raspy voice of the man on the other side of the door. He was apologizing, saying the door was accidentally locked and he would go look for the key real quick.
What?
I didn't say a word in response. I examined the keyhole closely, ran back down the stairs to the man's utility desk, grabbed 3 screwdrivers of varying sizes, and tried.
You're smart.
The smallest screwdriver managed to fit in the rectangular
But you're
shaped
still
keyhole,
stupid.
allowing me to turn it just enough to unlock and open the door. I didn't stop and look around. I simply ran out the door into my car.
Good.
I didn't look back at the house. I simply drove to the nearest police station, showed them the pictures, gave them the address, told them where to find the photos, and that was enough for them to start their investigation.
Let's go.
A few days later, I got all the information. The man was part of a child pornography trade on the deep web.
Oh my lord. This is exactly like the freaking game Life is Strange. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, search it up. Search up the part where the teacher had the kids in the basement, and you will understand completely what I'm talking about.
Was how he made his living, apparently. Why he decided to lock me in his basement.
This fool makes a living off of this.
I have not the slightest idea of what he intended on doing with me, but obviously it was not anything good.
Yeah. Story 10. The grand finale. This is stupid.
I used to babysit in my teenage years. When I was 14, I babysat for a 6-year-old boy named Cody once.
Oh my
His parents left me
gosh.
with few instructions other than to order a pizza for dinner and not let him go in their room. They also left me with an interesting comment, that Cody tends to act different than other kids and that he'll talk to himself or his imaginary friend.
He tends to talk to himself or his imaginary friend? I doubt that. He's talking to the devil, if anything. The frick are you... What the heck did you get me into? I was just supposed to be babysitting a normal kid. What the frick did you... Yo, this kid's possessed.
Especially when he played with his toys. So, it was midday, pouring outside. I was watching some old Wipeout show that used to be on TV in the early 2000s.
Oh, those were the
Cody
those were
was
the
on
days.
floor playing with his
Man,
toys
Wipeout
that
used to
were
be nice.
scattered across the living room. Cody kept using the name Agnes. He would act like he was playing with another kid who was sitting in front of him.
Yeah.
One of his toys that were sitting across the room from him activated out of nowhere. I only found it weird because the toy was one of those little cube-like things with the crank where you pull it down and some simulated moving racing background came up on the screen. It was the kind of toy that would take effort to activate. And there it was, activated all by itself. I asked Cody how that was possible. He looked at me and said, Agnes is playing with it.
Agnes is playing with what? Bro, get out! Just get out of the house. Who cares if you don't get paid? Just get the frick out of the house.
I have to admit, it was a little disturbing hearing him say that.
Hella
I
disturbing.
picked
Not
up
little.
the toy and turned it off.
Frick out of here.
That night, in the final hour waiting for his parents to come back, I was in the bathroom washing up. When
Okay.
There was a knock at the door.
Oh.
Cody? I said. I opened the door. Cody wasn't there. I looked into the hallway for Cody. One of the doors at the end of the hall started to creak open slowly.
What?
Really slowly. I turned off the lights of the bathroom and walked into the room expecting to see Cody playing around, trying to scare me. Instead, Cody was sitting on the bed in the far corner of the room, looking at me.
Whoa!
I asked him who just pushed open the door. Agnes. He said.
Oh!
I was totally freaked out. I went to pick Cody up off the bed and brought him to the living room, where I spent the rest of my shift until his parents came back. I didn't mention any of the weird things that happened, but when they reached out to me to watch Cody again a few weeks later,
Heck
I
no!
never called them back.
Heck no! You got me clucked up! You got me all the way freaking clucked up! What the frick are you talking about? What the heck are you talking about? You got me clucked up. No, I'm not watching your freaking demonic, domestic, freaking devilish, freaking crazy, freaking possessed ass kid. No. Not happening. I refuse. You got me clucked up. Like, honestly, bro. Frick is wrong with you? Like, you told me to freaking watch your freaking demonic ass kid? Like, honestly, what? Oh, on a Sunday too? What the frick are you talking about? Go to freaking church. Pray for your kid real quick. You got me all the way messed up. Like, honestly, bro. Like, what are you honestly saying, fam? I'm done. I'm done. Alright, catch you guys in the next video. I'm done for today. Like, frick. All these freaking people in the video clucked up. All of them. They all clucked up, bro. Bro, this is why you don't be going for no babysitting job. Like, it's just facts. Like, come on. Like, shoot, bro. I'm so done. I'm done. Alright, catch you guys in the next video. Smash that like button. Let's see if we can aim for 150 likes. Love y'all as usual. Peace.